Good morning, dear students. I am teaching chapter 9. Name of the chapter 9 is the living organisms and their surroundings. And you know that I told you what is the living and non-living, what is the common feature? What is the common feature between the living and non-living? So let us consider just like a animal and like an elephant and plant like a rose and non-living like the chalk which your teacher uses every day in the classroom. So all these things possess mass, shape and occupy space. Mass, shape and occupy space. So these are made up of basic structural units. These are made up of the basic structural units, and in case of the elephant and the roses, the structural unit, as you will read later on, it is a cell. And while in case of the chalk, the structural unit is the molecule. In case of the chalk, structural unit is the molecule, and both the living and the non-living thing have a structural unit. Both, whether it is living things, whether it is non-living things, that is the common feature is the structural unit. And cells in the living and molecule in the non-living. Cells in the living things, molecules in the non-living things, both are the structural unit. And cells do not exist in non-living things. In non-living things, cells are not present. So what is the structural unit? In living things, that is the cell. In non-living things, that is the molecule. So question is arises here, what is the common feature between non-living things and living things? That is the structural unit. And structural unit is the in the non-living is the molecule and living is the cell. Living and non-living things differences, many differences are there. You know that living things have life, and life is something special and unique. And you know that all we can do to define life is to describe the observable process or phenomena or features that distinguish living matter from non-living. And living things may perform one or more of the basic processes. And for example, a crystal can grow, clouds in the sky also seem to grow in size, and a machine or a car can move, but it is only a living organism that can perform and exhibits all the characteristics given below. So characteristics of the living things. What is the characteristics of the living thing? That is the cellular organization. What is that? That is the cellular organization. All living things are made up of cells. You know that all living things are made up of cells, and a cell is the basic unit of life. Cell is the basic unit of life, and some living things consist of only a single cell. For example, amoeba, yeast and bacteria, and such living things are called the unicellular. Means body is made up of only single cell, that is called the unicellular. Multicellular means body is made up of million of cells, that is called the multicellular. An example of the unicellular organism, that is the amoeba, yeast, bacteria, they are called the unicellular organism. And most living things, however, are made up of the million of cells, they are called the multicellular organisms. For example, mango plant, rose plant, pea plant, butter, a housefly, dog and cat. And cells help in carrying out various functions like nutrition, respiration, excretion, and they are called the structural and functional units of organism. They are called the structural and functional unit of organism. Nutrition, you know that food is required by all living things, and you know that food provides us energy so that we can perform different activities during the day. Food also help in body growth as well as its maintenance and repair. And just imagine what would happen if you not given food and water for a day. Animals obtain ready-made food in the form of milk, bread, wheat, eggs, meat, pulses, fruits and vegetables. And what happens in case of plants? Do they need food? If plants require food, how do they obtain is at do not have hands and a mouth like animals. Green plants can prepare their own food, and they obtain water and minerals from the soil, and roots help in the plants in this job. For preparing their food, plants also require carbon dioxide, and this is absorbed from the atmosphere by the leaves through minute pores, that is called the stomata, present on their surface. And the green plants utilize carbon dioxide from air and water and minerals from the soil and sunlight to prepare their food. And this process of food preparation or manufacture is called the photosynthesis. And the food produced in this form of sugars, that is the sugar. So this is the characteristics of the living things. That is the first characteristics is the cellular organization. What is the first characteristics? That is the cellular organization. And second characteristics is the nutrition. Second characteristics is the nutrition. So till here you will take revision.